Daniel, John, hey, congratulations on your new series, Dinner with the Parents.
Thanks,
Thank
kid.
you.
No, thank you. This is one hilarious series. I couldn't stop watching, and I wish it lasts forever. But we want to hear it from you. Is what initially drew you guys to the series?
A steady paycheck. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. No, it's a pretty fun show for me at least. It's an extremely fun character. The writing's great, so when you get that combination, you're pretty lucky. Obviously you don't always have a choice in jobs, and it's nice when it's a fun one.
How about for you, Daniel?
Yeah, for me, I think it was the funniest script I'd ever read. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. The writers are amazing. John Beckerman, the showrunner, wrote on Letterman for years and years and years, and the cast is amazing on Dinner with the Parents. Getting to act opposite Jon Glaser here, whom I've seen on all kinds of other shows, is just such an exciting masterclass. So it is my first series, but I feel that I landed the jackpot. It wasn't a pilot, it was greenlit for 10 episodes already. Just out the gate, it's like, here you go, man. Here's 4 months of like the comedy Olympics. It was great.
So, in a series like this, because everyone is so hilarious, how much improv do you personally do on a production like this?
Go ahead, John.
I think there was a fair amount, not a crazy amount, but they allowed us to ad lib here and there, certainly trying to get everything to the script first. But it's one of the nice things about this job. It's a very collaborative process, the way they like to work. Most of the comedy stuff that I've done is usually like that. They'll get all the takes they need, then there's room to improvise. And even watching some of the episodes, they used some lines here and there. So it's nice to get to do it, and it's nice when it works.
How about for you, Daniel?
Yeah, absolutely. It was like, get the meat and potatoes and then add the seasoning that you like. It was very collaborative and fun. And Tristram Shapiro, the director for the first 5 episodes, worked on Community. He worked on Kimmy Schmidt on Netflix, and it's just a comedy sitcom directing legend. And it was so playful and fun, and it didn't feel like high stakes, did it, John? It felt sort of like you had room to maneuver, and it was like we were playing on monkey bars the whole time. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was very fun. It was very fun.
So who on the production cracks you up the most, and how do you hold in your laughter, and not spoil the shot?
I think for me, John's dog on the show, Donnie's dog, Lambert, um, made me laugh a lot because there's something that happens, like like the dog would like cough and be like, off, so like down in a shot, and just all of us having to sit there with straight faces while the dog is doing normal dog stuff, was kind of hard to keep in how funny that is during like the most inopportune times. Uh,
How about for you, John?
Yeah, I'll second that. It was always, having a dog on set to me just makes everything automatically way more fun. And Sham, and also his owner Kathleen, she was just really cool. Like sometimes these dog owners and handlers can be real cuckoo, annoying type people, but she was just awesome, and her dog is so well trained. For me, it was just Carol Kane. She's a legend for a good reason. She's just so funny. Everything she does, everything she just says, and her looks, like she's just hilarious. It's so fun to watch her work, and then everyone's just nice. It was just the hangout factor was so high. It was just everyone a pleasure to just be around, work with. But Carol always made me laugh the most.
That is excellent, because one of the things that I always find is that comedy is hard. Everyone has their own type of comedy and so on. how important is comedy chemistry on a production like this?
It's the most important thing. It's the whole show, Dinner with the Parents, is very much about the family dynamic and even the the neighbor popping in and just how that affects everything. It's I think it's really important how we vibe and gel as a cast, and luckily we hit the jackpot with that. Like Carol Kane's amazing, Michaela Watkins, Dan Backett, Henry Hall. Everybody is so has their own point of view and their own comedic voice, and it's so interesting to be a part of that, the hodgepodge, and also to watch it back. Like it's so funny and it works so well when you watch it.
How about for you, Jon?
Yeah, I agree. It's a big thing. And, thankfully everyone was just, certainly everyone's extremely funny. And then also everyone's just very nice. And that's a big, huge thing on set. It doesn't take much to throw off the dynamics. And, I was not there as much as the neighbor. I just kind of pop in here and there. But every time I was at work, it just felt completely fun, joyful. The crew is awesome. Everybody just super nice, hardworking, good at what they do. And so going to work, it just felt like a great time. And, when you're working on a comedy show, it's a lot more enjoyable usually. And that felt like it here. And even for all of us being away from home and all being overseas together, I think maybe lent itself as well to like, we're all in this together kind of a thing. And it was a great experience. And speaking for myself, at least, but I feel like everybody had a great time. And by the end, it was we were all sad to be done.
Absolutely.
And Daniel, tell us about your interactions with Henry, because you could really sense that brotherly love, especially pranking with each other.
Yeah, man, there's a sibling rivalry. What's interesting is that I, in real life, am the younger sibling. I have an older brother and two older sisters, and Henry's the older sibling. So the dynamic is true. It's in our blood, it's in our bones, and I really felt like I had to kind of, unlock the treasure chest of my past and sift through and be like, all right, how can I play that kind of guy? And we fell right into it. It was really fun.
You guys also like literally became blood brothers. You guys slit your hand.
Yeah, we did that.
So their blood is in each other now.
It is, and we signed the contract.
You can see that in the work they do.
Yeah, CBS made us do that, but we were probably going to do it anyway.
And I did the same thing with Sham, my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And Jon, one of the things that your character comes up with is the consistency, especially with the wardrobe, because every time you pop up, I was like, no way anybody wears that outfit. Tell us about wearing that that costume, show after show for this.
I just love it. It's such a great wardrobe. And I think the thing about that type of person is something I've certainly discovered with although I wouldn't call Donnie a jerk. I just think he's got good intentions and maybe comes across a little annoying. But, anytime you see a character like that and you might think no one dresses like that, you just have to go out in the world and realize lots of people do dress like that. There's like, even when I was playing Councilman Jam on Parks and Rec, it's like, no one's really this much of an asshole. And it's like, oh yeah, there actually are people that are this horrible. And so for me, when we were coming up with the outfit for Donnie, I felt like, oh, what if we did Zuba's? Because you see that outfit and you immediately know that type of person. So I think, yeah, you'd be surprised how many people actually do dress like that, including maybe not the Zubas, but I've had moments at home where I feel like I'm not that far off from Donnie. I will also say that Donnie's waist pack, I own that waist pack. Like that's where that came from. I take my dog to the park on a daily basis, and I suggested that pack. I actually brought it with me to London because I figured I'd use it for hikes and runs. I do a lot of trail running, and they ended up getting one for Donnie.
Wow.
So I'm not that far off, amazingly, from him. Aesthetically, that is.
Well, both of you and everyone on this cast is hilarious. I mean, I wish it was like 20, 25 episodes. I could watch it all year around. But Jon, Daniel, thank you very much for carrying this conversation with dinner with the parents with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.